Hi everyone, I'm back again. My name is Christina and I'm doing a series of videos on twin flames. And I'm talking from my experience and also from the experiences of the clients that come to me and their stories, or not so much their stories, but more of what I am reading from them energetically and what I am seeing, so that I can talk to you about the energetic connection, because everybody's story is different and there may be a lot of commonalities within the twin flame journey with people, but the reality is that it is a unique and individual journey and it plays out differently. So I want to talk to you about that, but today I want to talk about twin flame union. So twin flame union has to happen on all levels, okay? It happens, and when I mean all levels, because maybe you're not aware of, the energetics. So what I mean by on all levels is that it must happen in the spiritual body, in the higher mental body, the lower mental body, the emotional body, the etheric body, and the physical body. So everybody seems to be aiming for physical union and what they think physical union is. Okay, I want to talk about that too, because it's not really what you might think it is. So physical union comes probably vastly different to what you are thinking. People thinking that it's playing out as this big romantic, forever amazing, romantic relationship, which it is not, okay? Twin flames are about ascension. First and foremost, twin flames are about ascension. Twin flames are about being in service to humanity, being able to bring forth something unique that is helping humanity to advance in consciousness, okay? So what I said before is I want to talk about the union through the levels, through the spiritual, higher mental, lower mental, emotional, etheric, and physical. So when I read the degrees of union and I see it in the energy field, I only see this particular connection with twin flames, soul fragments, and twin souls. So I've done, this is video 4 by the way, so I've done the other ones to kind of explain a little bit about the difference between twin flames, soul fragments, and twin souls. So when we are looking at it, the spiritual body must come into union first. I have had clients where they've come into union with their twin flame and they've had, almost no spiritual body union. And so they wonder why there's all this running and chasing, as it's called. I don't really like the terms running and chasing, and I don't think it's particularly relevant in the way that it is thought of with a lot of twin flame connections either. It doesn't always play out in the way that you think, but there is a distance that needs to be taken place, and we'll talk about that in another time. So spiritual body union, I always look, and I'm kind of have this thing within me about like giving everything a score, because if you've got a score, you can see, okay, how well am I doing? And I'm all about seeing how well I am doing, especially in the Ascension process. How well am I doing? How well are my clients doing? And I like people to be able to see how well they are doing. And I like them to be able to see, what do I need to work on to get further ahead? What do I need to place my focus on, so to speak? So what I see is in different degrees of how much union has taken place within the energy field. And I give a score between 1 and 10 just so that you can see. Now, it doesn't necessarily start and go in order with spiritual, higher mental, lower mental, emotional, etheric, physical. Doesn't necessarily go in that order, and it doesn't necessarily go in physical, etheric, emotional, lower mental, higher mental, spiritual. So people might think that, okay, they've met their twin flame, so they're coming into physical union. There's a degree of truth in that, but that's only the beginning, because The spiritual body is everything, is everything about us, and that union needs to take place. Now, it's all about consciousness, and firstly, we need to develop the masculine and feminine chakra system. So the other day I did an analysis on somebody, and they wrote back and, amazed at what they had received, but they also were surprised. They had never heard, it was somebody that was involved in spiritual work already, but they had never heard of the concept of developing a masculine and feminine chakra system. They knew that, we had to balance our masculine and feminine, but they didn't know the depth, okay? And this is often the thing, that people don't know the depth of where it goes. So I like to keep things simple, as I said before, but first and foremost, we each must develop our masculine and feminine chakra system. So in the third dimension, the third dimensional bodies, we are just feminine or we are just masculine. And then as we start to evolve and step into the initiations of the fourth dimension, our chakras begin to alternate, and they begin to become, for a woman, for example, has a masculine base chakra, feminine sacral, masculine solar plexus, and they alternate up, and it is opposite for the men. And then when we start to work on fifth dimensional consciousness, we are then starting to develop a masculine and feminine chakra system within each and every chakra. Now, I've written a book called The Pendulum, Powered by the Awakening Soul, and it's available on Amazon in your area. And you can, it's only a little book, and it explains, using the pendulum, how you can actually see the difference in the energies. And I explain in there about the consciousness within the chakras. So we are developing masculine and feminine chakra system in the fifth dimension, or as we are entering and working through the fifth dimensional chakras. So if I read somebody and I say they are, fifth dimension, their consciousness is in the fifth dimension, what I really mean is that they are working through the fifth dimensional level of consciousness. So they're working on those initiations that and healing parts of ourselves, of the fifth dimensional consciousness. And once the fifth dimensional consciousness is fully developed and you are entering into the sixth dimensional consciousness, your chakras will all read as fully developed masculine and feminine in each and every chakra, alternating as they go up. Then when we go way beyond, those that are on a conscious path, and if you want to accelerate your consciousness, I also have an Ascension program that helps you to do that. Now, it's not just a program, it's not just a technique, it's actually an embodiment, helps you to embody your higher self, your higher frequencies, your third energy. It helps you to embody that with a frequency that we call LUXOR light ascension frequencies. And I'll put the links to that below. So as we're moving into the sixth dimension, you now have fully developed masculine and feminine chakra system. And after you've moved through the sixth dimension, so in the sixth dimension, you're starting the ascension. It's like the last phase of your initiations, earthly phases, and then the spiritual ones begin. So you're starting to go through a resurrection phase where you are becoming reborn and you are coming into the higher consciousness. And so after the sixth dimension, when you're moving into the seventh dimension, eighth dimension, ninth dimension, I will talk about these in more detail later. But as you're moving through there, you're beginning to come into union and harmony with your masculine and feminine self through your chakras. By the time you reach the 10th dimension, you will have full inner union. So a twin flame, because I'm skipping over a lot of stuff here, but I will be repeating in different videos. By the 10th dimension, you have full inner union. And at this stage, you are starting to draw and magnetize your twin flame to you. So if your twin flame is struggling and not waking up, their consciousness is lower, by the time you are in the 10th, holding the 10th dimensional level of consciousness, you start to energetically pull your twin flame up to meet you so that you can both move through the double infinity gateway in the 11th dimension, where you continue the ascension process together. This might all sound a little bit gobbledygook, but be patient with me, because step by step I'm going to explain it little by little. And you know, when I first started working and understanding the Ascension back in the 90s, it was all gobbledygook to me. I had no idea what it was all about. I had absolutely no idea. But something inside me said, persevere, just keep going with this. And, you know, over the years, because I've been teaching for a very long time, I started teaching in the late 90s, but more specifically in the Ascension work from the 2000 onwards. And then, of course, I embodied a higher frequency of that we call LUXOR light in 2004. So I've been full-powered in teaching Ascension since then, and a specific technique on how to accelerate that, and how to embody those frequencies. So many people would come into my classes and they would also like, this is all gobbledygook, I have no idea what you're talking about, but something, and it doesn't seem to be working for me, but something inside me is saying, keep going, keep going, keep going. And then all of a sudden, they have this awakening, and something happens within them. Their Kundalini is activated. And I will talk about the different Kundalini energies at another time as well. And they may start speaking light languages and things like that. So I will talk all about all of that later. But first of all, you need to be in full inner union within yourself. And this takes place at the 10th dimensional level of consciousness. So 5th dimensional, you're developing your masculine and feminine chakras. 6th dimension, you are starting to, you have fully developed masculine and feminine chakras, and you are starting the harmony and union process, which continues up through the dimensions until you get to the 10th dimension. And so follow along with me, because I'm going to talk more about this as we go along. Hopefully I haven't confused you too much, but please put questions in the comments below, and please do give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to receive my next video. I'll try not to leave them too far in between, but I'm just talking off the cuff. I don't want to prepare anything for these videos. I just want to come in and give it whatever is talking to me in the day, and I'm going to be giving you snip by snip little pieces. Little pieces are best, because then you are able to fully absorb that information, and through that information it starts to connect with your inner wisdom, and things start to speak to you. So step by step we're going to do that. Okay, over and out until the next video. Take care and bye.